Alrighty, guys. Hello. Sorry it took me longer to get on this morning. I wanted to be on sooner, but I had about a million other things going on this morning that I had to get taken care of. So we are here. That's what matters. We have 4 active tornado warnings ongoing here this morning. One near Washington, D.C. Kind of ironic. Just west of Washington, D.C. actually here. I'll start here first, and then we'll work down to North Carolina, and then we'll kind of talk everything that's happening. Leesburg, Ashburn, and Sterling here in the... let's see, I'm trying to look states here. In Virginia, I had to look at my state for a moment because I'm not used to covering this area too well. Are under a tornado warning here. This is radar indicated rotation, so there is not an observed tornado, but please make sure you are in your safe place here. Pretty decent road, little bit of rotation here. It looks to be mostly damaging winds here, but there could definitely be an associated couplet with this storm here. Let me make sure I've got both of these chats pulled up, double check so I can see here. All right, there we go. Tornado warning still here. Stone Ridge, Arcola, Brambleton, Ashburn. Please be in your safe places, guys. Outside of that tornado warning, there is about 70 to 75 mile per hour winds with this system here. So that is going to continue to work off to the northeast here, headed towards Germantown. Eventually, this is going to cross into Maryland here, getting closer to Frederick, Eldersburg. So a little bit of rotation here. In terms of radar presentation with this storm, Boeing line segment here, you can kind of see it's right over the radar. So we've also got a little bit of terrain in here as well, but definitely no airplanes are flying out of the airport here, as this is literally just outside of the airport. Other than that, a couple severe thunderstorm warnings with 70 mile per hour winds here. We are in the moderate risk zone. Tornado watches are out. So this is basically our main event already for today. Is happening a lot earlier than this afternoon, just due to that line of storms last night kind of lasting. That's kind of what we talked about. We'll get into that more here in just a minute. But we do have 3 tornado warnings as well down here in North Carolina and in southern portions of Virginia. I'll start out here with the warning here just to the east of Martinsville. Martinsville was actually under a tornado warning here not too long ago, but this is going to be for Grady and Collins here, I believe is how you pronounce that. It's got about 6 minutes left on this tornado warning here. This is going to be for, where are my counties? West Central, Pittsylvania County and northeastern Henry County here. We'll take a look at velocity and see what this looks like. Yeah, there's not much here. I don't expect this warning to get reissued. So, Michigan, you guys are fine. You're just getting snow. You guys are not getting severe weather at all. We'll talk about kind of the whole overview here in just a moment. That warning should be expiring. A little bit of rotation here on both of these warnings down here in North Carolina. Just some slight weak rotation south of Danville, Virginia here, north of the Yanceyville area, and then a little bit of weak rotation here near Monroetown and Reedsville. The good news is most of these tornado warnings, as they were for yesterday, are for radar indicated rotation, meaning that just brief little notches, little spin ups here in our line of thunderstorms or in our complex of thunderstorms. We really haven't seen any observed tornado warnings or at least that potential yet. So I will let you guys know, I just posted a video a few minutes ago. The overall magnitude of this event today has downtrended pretty significantly, and that's something we were talking about last night. Was yes, there's a moderate risk, yes, there's still an enhanced risk, yes, the big risk zones are out, but conditionally that's what they're there for, meaning that the atmosphere has a lot of wind shear, and if storms are able to overcome the clustered convection, because there's so much convection ongoing. Also, guys, please don't spam in the chat. You'll get muted. But if the storms are able to overcome the overall environment here, tap in a little bit of instability that is hanging around, then they will be able to kind of upscale or mature and allow it to potentially become a dangerous supercell or as well as cluster of storms. So like I said, the overall event for today may not be too crazy, which is a good thing. We're still going to clearly have tornado warnings. We're still going to have severe thunderstorm warnings. We do still have a pretty good chunk of the rest of the day to go through. If you've already seen storms this morning, then you're probably not going to see storms too much. And we're actually going to get a Storm Prediction Center Outlook update in about 15 minutes, and they may either keep this moderate risk zone or strip it, but at this point it really doesn't matter because storms are already ongoing here. So the good news is as well, guys, this whole entire storm system is going to be off the East Coast by like 6, 7, 8 o'clock tonight. So we're only going to be dealing with this for about 8 hours today, and this thing is gone, and then snow is going to file in behind this. So if you're in western North Carolina, the mid-Atlantic region here, Pennsylvania, you guys are going to get heavy snowfall tonight into tomorrow behind this severe weather event. We've already got snow across Kentucky. We actually have a dusting of snow outside our backyard already here this afternoon or this morning for the snow that's already been coming down here today in Kentucky. So definitely seeing snowfall for sure. But like I said, the good news is we still want you guys to be weather aware. Clearly today we have tornado warnings, we have severe thunderstorm warnings, but the overall high-end ceiling of this event today is more than likely not going to be reached. And that's just due to, one, our storm system, our line of thunderstorms from last night carried over into this morning, and it did not weaken very much, and we allowed for whatever warm sector instability we had to basically get diminished. So the higher corridor of tornado potential that I'm honestly a little bit more concerned about for this evening would be in this area here, along southern Virginia and eastern North Carolina here, where we do have a little bit more instability to work with. But the problem is this, and this is a good thing if you don't like severe storms. We got a lot of rain. We got a lot of rain-cooled air out in front of us here. So that's going to really help limit the overall magnitude of today's event. So that is one good thing to look at for today. I don't expect a significant tornado outbreak or anything like that, at least as of right now. We'll see what the Storm Prediction Center does here in about 15 minutes when they do. Actually, no, it will not be 15 minutes. I keep thinking it's 15 minutes. In an hour and 15 minutes when they do their new update. Also, we did just get a mesoscale discussion for, I'm going to run over the watches here in just a moment. Mesoscale discussion, 60% potential for tornado watch for eastern and central Pennsylvania and southern New York. That will be issued here later on. Let me go ahead and pull up the watches that we have thus far today. Let's see. That is not what I wanted. Watches that are currently out right now. We do still have a tornado watch. Actually, this expired. Unless it got extended. I think this expired. Hold on. Okay, that one did get expired, I think. No, just kidding. It's still there. Okay, I wanted to double check and make sure that that was still out. Okay, so we do still have a tornado watch. This one's out for eastern South Carolina, down towards southern Georgia here in the panhandle of Florida. This is out till 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're in that watch there, keep that in mind. Still can see some pretty strong winds up to 80 miles per hour. We haven't really seen that yet today, but that is where the threat is out for this evening. And then we've got a couple tornadoes with a couple intense tornadoes possible, and as well as some 1-inch diameter hail. And then we've also got that other tornado watch that was issued not too long ago. Central North Carolina here, moving up into central Virginia. That watch is out until 2 p.m. Eastern time, capable of producing damaging winds, very, very significant damaging winds. 85-mile-per-hour winds are likely with that. Several tornadoes with a couple intense likely, and then 1-inch hail. We haven't really seen that happen yet today. So just really, really, kind of interested to see how this plays out this evening. If we can keep things minimal, that will keep the overall threshold of today's severe weather event pretty chill. The newest watch that is out is until 7 p.m. Eastern time. That includes Washington, D.C., Norfolk, Richmond, basically all of Eastern Virginia and Maryland in that watch. And then we'll get a new watch for PA and New York here relatively soon. So I do want to mention, just kind of taking a look at surface observations. It's really not as impressive as it was looking, yesterday here. Let me pull up my pen here so I can draw for you guys, and you guys can see what we're talking about, because that might help just slightly here. Maybe. All right. So what I'm noticing here, this is where our storms have not really tapped into yet, other than the convection that's out here in North Carolina. The rest of these areas back west, the dew points are in the 50s, temperatures are in the 50s, not really going to be supportive for significant severe weather anymore. I really like what we're seeing. I really like what we're seeing, and that's just not a lot of any instability other than what's on the eastern coastline of North Carolina here. So overall, very, very limited atmosphere right now, other than the shear. We get a lot of shear, and you don't need a lot of instability for these storms, just given the fact that we have a lot of shear. But definitely want to be watching the Outer Banks of North Carolina today for a more, I would say, decent tornado risk. In terms of the future radar, just going to give you guys a little overrun here of what we're looking at with this. Let me pull up, where's my composite reflectivity at? Because we are going to get snow.
Attention, a new radar indicator.
Okay, I'll get to that warning here in just a second. So you guys can see what we're looking at here. It's overall kind of a little bit lower than what yesterday we were looking at. So definitely still going to be the potential for all hazards of severe weather for any storms that do become organized. I do want to make that known that the risk zone still is there. But this is less impressive than what this was looking like yesterday. And most of these storms are going to be off the coastline by 4, 5, 6 o'clock this afternoon. So we really won't have too long of a severe weather threat, and we definitely will not have an overnight severe weather event tonight. So that is good to see in terms of the modeling there. So I do like that. So we'll see what the Storm Prediction Center does with their risk zone here in just a little bit when they update.
A new radar indicated.
But we've got a lot of tornado warnings that we need to get to here. So I'm going to start with, we do have a tornado warning down here in Georgia that I want to get to first. All right, got a little supercell embedded here in central southern Georgia. This is going to be for Osceola. Was that Osceola or Osceola or Osceola? I guess it's Osceola. Osceola or Osceola. I don't know how you pronounce that. That's really, really bad there. But tornado warning here. This is going to be for Irwin County and Tift County. Radar indicated warning here. A little bit of rotation. This storm actually looks pretty decent. Let's look at the velocity. Actually doesn't look pretty decent. I mean, it's got some weak rotation on it. So there is that tornado warning there just north of Tifton. Make sure you're in your safe places if you were in that tornado warning. Moving back up to the north here, we do have a couple of tornado warnings here in North Carolina and Virginia. Still have the one for Danville. This is a new one that just got issued here. Danville, Mountain Hill, Sutherland, Laurel Grove here. You guys are under the tornado warning here for the next 26 minutes or 27 minutes here. Very, very weak rotation here in the Danville, Virginia area. Not expecting anything too crazy, but just be in your safe place here. We'll continue to watch. And then we do still have that tornado warning here for Reedsville. This will more than likely expire as we are not really seeing a lot of rotation with that storm at all.
Attention,
So
a new special marine warning has been issued.
severe thunderstorm warning Torpos for Lynchburg all the way down south. Let's take a look here. Looks like that tornado warning in Virginia is no longer there, but still a very strong line of storms coming into Washington, D.C. here in the next few minutes. I gotta grab a blanket. My legs are freezing. Oh my goodness. So the good news is, like I said, guys, the overall threat for today is it's very conditional, just given how sloppy things are. It is March. A lot of the times when we get these severe weather threats that happen the day before, or like this one today, like yesterday's, it's really, really hard to get, back-to-back days without something erroring or something happening. So, that's just one positive thing. Hopefully we don't get too bad of an event today. That would be the best case scenario. How hard did Missouri get hit? I haven't really looked at damage reports too much. I know most of the reports are damaging wind related. We didn't really have a lot of confirmed tornadoes last night, which was one good thing. We had a lot of tornado warnings because those areas of rotation were embedded with along that line of thunderstorms. But overall, though, I think we got lucky yesterday. We got very lucky. Hopefully that plays out today. So that's at least the hope. Also, guys, if you aren't following me on both platforms, we are live on TikTok and we are live on YT again today. So we'll be live for the remainder of today's event, kind of watching and tracking warnings here. And once this thing moves off the coastline, I'm going to actually take these glasses off because it's hurting my head. Once these storms are done with today, we will be done with coverage. So then we're going to watch snow move in on the backside of everything. Good news, too, guys. I'm not seeing any severe weather for the rest of the month. So we should be relatively quiet for severe weather. For the mostly the rest of the month here, going to be ridged out, which basically means things are going to be pretty chill. So until we get to April here. So. But
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
All right, just checking on a couple things here. All right, so keep in mind here, if you're in Danville or Sutherland or Laurel Grove here, this is our tornado warning in Southern Virginia right now. I'll go back to that rotation and we can take a look again. Very, very weak rotation. It's almost like there's not really much here anymore. And then we do have that line of thunderstorms coming towards Washington, D.C., and then that one other tornado warning back down here into Georgia. Like I said, the overall threat today is pretty low, so. All right, I'll zoom out here. Let me see. I want to get some cameras up for the DC areas since we have those storms coming in. We can see what's happening. Also, brand new tornado watch mesoscale discussion for the Outer Banks of North Carolina and South Carolina. That goes from basically Rocky Mount in Raleigh, North Carolina, down to Cape Hatteras and all the way to Charleston, South Carolina. So Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, all the beaches will be included in that. Why did this come out on my thing here? Hold on. I don't know why that did that. Hold on just a second. I'm double checking something here. Yeah, Central Virginia, your storms are going to be relatively just about done. Other than, well, it depends on where you're at in Central Virginia. Actually, take that back. Central Virginia does still have storms. I don't know why I thought for whatever reason these storms were further back to the west. Yeah, Delaware is under that tornado watch. All right, let me see if I can get a camera pulled up here for this area.
Attention, a new special marine warning has been issued. Attention, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Where is... There we go.
New information, this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Where's Delaware? There it is. Okay. I'd like to find where this is at. Three in the morning last night. Yeah, it was definitely still pretty active last night. Virginia Beach, you guys are in a tornado watch, Abby. Your conditions will start to deteriorate as we go closer to this evening here. So probably around that 2 o'clock, 1 to 2 o'clock time frame. What radar am I using? It's radar Omega. Yeah, overall though, today is playing out kind of sloppy and how I kind of expected it would be. So we do still got that one tornado warning here in Virginia. If you are in this warning here for Danville, make sure you're in your safe place. We got about 20 minutes left on that warning. And then Georgia and South Carolina, like I said, mostly heavy rain. Georgia does have one tornado warning and a couple severes down here, but this is going to, the tornado warning is for the north side of Tifton heading towards Fitzgerald. I don't want Delaware. I wanted Maryland. Where did it go? Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get in a couple of things. Is Tornado Alley shifting? No, that doesn't exist. We can have that conversation another day, though. There we go. Okay, I have cameras up now. Oh, the cameras in Maryland are pretty decent, actually. That's surprising. Yeah, so Washington, D.C., your line of thunderstorms is coming in now. Right at 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. So definitely pretty significant winds coming in here. Just keep that in mind if you are out and about. Leanna, pretty low end threat for you guys. All right. So most of our watches are out. We're going to get a couple more tornado watches for PA, Eastern PA, and up towards probably New York. But other than that,
Attention.
mostly damaging winds here from Chambersburg, PA, back down here towards DC. We got the one tornado warning that's going to be expiring here in just a few minutes for Danville, Virginia, and then that one tornado warning down there towards Tifton.
Attention, a new tornadic considerable severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Am I in New Jersey while we put in the tornado watch? It just depends on how they feel. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. All right, we got a brand new tornado warning here. This is going to be for Poolesville and Germantown, Maryland. That new area of rotation that just popped up there. Wow. Very, very damaging winds with this. Possibly even a tornado. I'm not seeing a correlation coefficient on that. I'm going to see if I can pull something up for this. Hold on a minute. All right, so we've got a camera in Germantown, so we'll be able to see this. Let's see if it's a little bit closer. Cameras are definitely rocking. What's up, Kayla? Oh, wow. Look at this, guys. Look at our line of thunderstorms coming in here. This is in that tornado warning.
Attention, a new radar-indicated tornado warning has been issued.
Look at that. Very, very dark skies here. You can definitely see the shelf cloud there in the distance. So this is where that tornado warning is ongoing at currently right now. Poolesville and Germantown, Maryland. There's definitely some very, very damaging winds in here. Outside of that, kind of wait to see if there is any.
A new tornado watch has been issued.
There's a new watch, yeah. So this is Poolesville and Germantown where this warning is at right now. Make sure you're in your safe place. Very, very peculiar couplet here. Very, very strong winds with this in general. Definitely some 70s and 80s in there. I wouldn't be shocked if this went observed. Low key.
New information. This severe thunderstorm.
This may be observed potentially. Interesting. We're gonna watch this one. Yeah, Sierra, your storms are closing in. You're in that watch, so all hazards are possible here. I'm just watching that line of storms off to your west there. I would just be prepared for damaging winds and maybe an occasional tornado spin up. It's possible.
Attention, a new tornado watch has been issued.
Oh shoot, I had to order, my stomach's been bothering me today, so I had to order some saltine crackers and ginger ale, and it's sitting out on the freaking porch. had to order ginger ale. So we ordered a 12-pack of ginger ale. And I'm going to eat crackers today. Guys, I've still yet to, like, eat an actual meal since, like, what is it? Friday night. I still have a whole thing of chicken parmesan in my fridge. It's, like, 2 days old that I probably should eat at some point. Look, it's kind of funny. Ian, please eat. Yeah, I know. I just don't. I get so into this, and I just forget to eat sometimes. All right, let me go back to that camera angle that we had on this storm here. Let this camera reload. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. Work for me. Where'd it go?
Attention, a new tornadic severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Camera is definitely swaying in that tornado warning.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Yeah, Courtney, you could get a little bit of instability. Okay. I'm going to put this into my fridge real quick. Very, like, ominous skies. Who just sent a galaxy? Freaking B Sales, dude. Thank you always. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the galaxy. W's in the chat, guys. Appreciate it, appreciate it. If you guys are watching on YouTube as well, welcome, and hope you guys are all doing well today. This is our last day of severe weather coverage for hopefully like 2 weeks. Because Matt has about 1 million homework assignments to get done. And as well, as I'm about tired of weather at this point. A little bit. Just a little bit tired. Just a slight bit tired, you know? You know if you know. Thank you for the heart me as well. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. I'm in the floor, guys, by the way, so. If you're asking, I'm in the floor. This is in Germantown, Maryland.
Attention, a new considerable severe thunderstorm.
That camera is wobbling. Let me go put this up real quick. You guys want to know something crazy? Our high today here in Owensboro is like 33 degrees. Tomorrow is like 35, and then we're 70 degrees on Thursday. Talk about like sickness. If I get sick again from this crap, I'm gonna be livid. Just got over being sick. All right, but here comes that storm. Let me check back on the radar again here for just a moment. Let's see what we're looking at. Yeah, so that's the tornado warning. Still got 70-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning winds in there too. Definitely moving very, very quickly here off to the northeast. Moving very, very quickly here. Yeah, and continuing to get more and more concerned here for that couplet. Very strong winds in general, but that couplet is there. So that's moving towards what's that, Damascus, and then eventually Interstate 70. I think. Wow. So right in the middle of your screen, guys, that's a downburst right in there. It's where your range, kind of where your range shaft is at. I always like to teach meteorology while we do this. It's always kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Rochelle has been gone for 3 days now, almost 4 days. Starting to get a little bit lonely in the house, low key. Ready for her to come home. This is like day 4, and I'm ready for her to come home, and she doesn't come home till Wednesday. So I told her that last night. I was on the phone with her at like 2 o'clock this morning after I got off stream, and I was like, "I miss you. Come home." But I know she's having fun, so that's what matters at the end of the day. I misses her. This is the longest we've been separated since we both moved in together like 3 years ago. Yeah, this is we don't do this a lot to where like we're separated this long, so definitely a little bit different. If I go through a freaking box of saltine crackers today, I'm gonna become a saltine cracker. I just got like a headache, a pressure headache. I'm sleepy and tired because I got like 3 hours of sleep. It's like one of those nights. Alright, let me see. Let's find another camera here. Dang. I would say it's raining. Oh yeah, absolutely, guys. Guys, I just want to say, I know the stream, we got 124 people on TikTok, 43 on YouTube. I just want to say, we had an insane amount of growth on the channel yesterday. It was insane. We had like 2,500 viewers concurrent on YT at like one point yesterday. It was crazy. I was blown away by it. I think that was like a one-time thing, but just wow. All right. They did extend the tornado warning. Damascus and Clarksburg, you were in that tornado warning there for 19 minutes. This is just south of Mount Airy.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
I just got crumbs all over my floor. That's awesome. Trust Mezzone out with all of your cleaning needs.
Attention, a new radar-indicated tornado warning has been issued.
Yes, trust Mezzone out with all of your cleaning. You know what, guys? What if I stopped doing weather content and became either a therapist or a house cleaner? How would you guys feel about that? Genuinely, I think about that. What if I stopped?
Attention, a new tornadic severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
We'll have Mezzo Cleaner. Mezzo Cleaner. Mezzo Clean Bean. And now it's snowing. Yeah, it is snowing, Ashley. It is. Do we have other tornado warnings down south? No. So there's one tornado warning in Georgia. This is actually going to expire in about 18 minutes. There's not much left here. So right now, pretty chill. I'll tell you guys this now. I can't wait to see my video today when this is over with. And people go, oh, You're wrong. Nothing happened. Okay. You got lucky today that nothing happened in your area if you didn't see anything.
New information. This special marine warning has been updated.
Okay. So these are only 2 tornado warnings. We'll have 1 tornado warning here. This has a pretty decent couplet on it, so I would not be shocked if there is a brief tornado potentially here. With this, it's crossing over 270. Okay, interesting. So we got a mesoscale discussion that came out. Locally more favorable severe weather quarter over the next 2 to 3 hours. Kind of random. Temperatures have increased in the mid-upper 60s along the narrow zone from south central Virginia into east central Virginia late this morning. Some breaks in the clouds may remain across this region, which may permit some additional warming. The line of thunderstorms near NCVA border are also more favorably oriented from a greater damaging wind QLZS yes tornado threat. Additionally, mid-level flow is rapidly strengthening, yada, yada, yada. Okay, interesting. Okay. We'll see what they do with this. This was our new tornado watch that ended up coming out, by the way, as well. This is out till 7 p.m. Eastern time. Pineapple pizza sounds good, low-key. Now y'all making me hungry. This is our only tornado warning we have right now. Yeah, most of these storms are done with by 6 p.m. So that's good news. You can go to sleep tonight, not having to worry about anything. Ham and pineapple sounds good. Should be here in the next couple of hours. I'd say after 1, Courtney. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Yeah, if you're in that 1 tornado warning here in Maryland, make sure you're in your safe place.
A new radar indicated tornado.
Oh, no, we have another one. Oh, here's another one. Yep. Another tornado warning here for Linganore and New Windsor. I will say the most favorable tornado environment actually right now is southern Pennsylvania. So as these storms go into southern PA, that's where the concern is going to be at. So we got double tornado warnings here. I do think that this, like I said, this area up here has less stable air, more destabilization, and a little bit more wind shear because it's closer to the low. Yeah, tornado warning in New Windsor, Katie. So I'd let them know because this does have a pretty decent signature on it. Can you tell by radar? Usually, most of the times, we can measure wind velocity with it. It's kind of like an estimate here. So, like for here, about 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. This would be a pretty brief weak tornado. Usually when you have your brighter colors, it's a lot more, you can tell. Yeah, it is a relief. Yeah, yeah. But thank you for the air dancer, by the way. I just now saw that. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for all the gifts today. Y'all are awesome. I'm ready for this to be over with, honestly, today. I'm ready for a break. I love covering weather, but when we get these multi-day severe weather events where there's no breaks in between, it's so exhausting. There's no confirmed tornadoes or radar indicated right now. Definitely going to get some heavy snow tonight in West Virginia, Virginia, and PA, though, so keep that also in mind. Very, very heavy snow tonight. Also, guys, don't forget to message me, too, if you're interested in one-on-one meteorology classes or, like, lessons. I can teach models, how to read over outlooks, all that stuff. If you're interested, just shoot me a message. It doesn't cost anything. I'll have a pretty open week this week outside of doing some schoolwork, so if you want to get with me, you can. Understanding weather helps anxiety, I promise. All right, so both of these storms are still warned. The new Windsor storm, Union Bridge warning, has got 10 minutes left on it, so pretty brief here. And these storms are booking at northeast. And then the Damascus storm may get rewarned here in a minute. We'll see. Good news right now is that storm complex weakened. The one that was going towards Washington, D.C. I do want to mention, too, guys, like I said earlier, lots of just rain. So, really, in reality, if we continue to see this rain out here, this is going to limit any severe weather across this region here in the central North Carolina region. This keeps the atmosphere very stable and very cold. Shay, are you still in chat, by the way?
Attention, a new special marine warning has been issued.
Do you work today? Okay. I'm hoping we'll be off in time, but tonight's episode of Raw is huge. AJ has the title match. Roman's supposed to be there and a bunch of other craziness. So. What's up, Jenny? I'm in. Also, too, if you're on my weather team and you're in here, in the chill chat tonight, I'm gonna send out a link. We did this last year. We're gonna do a March Madness bracket tournament. The March Madness tournament starts tomorrow. So I'm going to send that out tonight to you guys as a link. If you want to be a part of it, you guys can absolutely do it. You'll just fill out the bracket for you teams you think are going to win and go all the way to the Final Four. We did it last year. It's a lot of fun. And it's like you get points based off of like if you're right or not and stuff like that. And the winner that has the most points at the end wins. I'm pretty sure Lainey won it last year. I think she did. But yeah, I'm going to send out that link tonight. If you guys are wanting to, if you're interested in doing that on the team, we're going to do that. It was a lot of fun last year. Okay. Still got both of these tornado warnings. The one that is in, well, we got one tornado warning, actually, my bad. The one in New Windsor looks a little bit more concerning. Definitely some 80s in there for wind-wise. I wonder if this is anticyclonic. Yeah, we're gonna do that we usually do that as a team. I'm excited for it. I'm a UNC Tar Heels fan, so because I'm from North Carolina. But yeah, the tournament, the first 4 games start tomorrow.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
This severe threat is moving pretty wide along. Kernersville, North Carolina, you guys should be just about good with your storms. You guys are central right. I think I know where that is. I think Kernersville actually ran in high school. Kernersville's near Statesville, right? Let me double check. Closer to Greensboro. Okay. There it is. Yeah, your guys' storms are just about good already. Yeah, your warnings are off to the east. You guys will see some rain. You may get some snow tonight. But yeah, your severe weather threat, this risk zone's to drop. We're going to get an SPCA update here in about 30 minutes, and we'll see what they do. A very concerning couplet, though, up here near New Windsor. Yeah, absolutely not a problem. Did the line stay intact? It did. It did.
Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
This is going to allow for the moderate wind-driven risk will probably verify, but the tornado risk probably will not. Yeah, Virginia Beach, you guys are kind of going to be last to go here. The good news is you've got a lot of rain, just stable air in this area, and this could actually help overall limit your severe weather setup this evening. I really personally, we'll just kind of see how things play out. But I told you guys last night, it looked really, really messy today, and I'm really personally shocked the moderate risk still stayed out. I think this could have been an enhanced risk, and that should have been it. But you know, I'm not SPC, so I go with the forecast. Yeah, it's just a lot of rain right now. I will be shocked. I will be shocked if we get any long track tornadoes or destructive winds in this area tonight. I personally don't see it, but we'll see what happens. I do think SPC will pull the moderate risk away finally on the next update, I would think, but I'm not them. Yeah, Rochelle's good. She's sleeping. I know she's tired. She's got a very long next 3 days, so I'm ready for her to come home. Just low key, I'm ready for her to come home, but she's having fun. That's what matters.
Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
This is day 4 of being lonely at the house. Let me see if I got any rude, ridiculous comments on my video today thus far, because I know I'm probably going to. So far now, actually, surprisingly. I get a lot of messages, surprisingly, guys, from people that if they're put in a risk zone for severe weather, they magically think that I'm the one that issues the risk zone, which I don't. They magically think if it doesn't verify for their area, if they don't get a storm or a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, I'm automatically bad at doing my job, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I get messages like that from people in my videos and in DMs. It's ridiculous. Weather changes 24/7. It's always going to change. It is so hard to nail a forecast like this. That's what I saw too, Elijah. I've seen a lot of other people talk about that too. New tornado warning, guys, by the way, here for Lisbon and Sykesville. They dropped the tornado warning to the north. That makes no sense. So Poplar Springs is in this new warning. Oh, no, I don't let the haters don't bother me. It's just kind of funny and ironic how every time I put a forecast video out, there's always backlash on it. No, but it's still there. It just disappeared. I don't know why, but it did.
Attention, a new radar indicated tornado warning.
Yeah, Virginia, you guys got some damaging winds, some 60-mile-per-hour winds here, especially if you're in central Virginia, but other than that, most of everybody else has just seen some standard old passion rain. So, the higher severe threats up outside the moderate risk zone almost.
Attention, a new tornadic severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm so cautious with my wording. Like, I only use tornado outbreak and severe weather outbreak when there is an enhanced risk or higher. And not even enhanced risk or higher. Usually when a moderate risk is on the table, I'll start mentioning tornado outbreak, or when I physically know confidentially myself that we're going to have a ridiculous severe weather setup that's actually going to, you know, put down storms. I'll either mention conditionally, or I'll mention, you know, the different certain things. I don't do the hype up crap stuff that so many of these other people do. It's honestly really, really crappy. And then when you have me and then the group of people that do it the right way, that cover the storms, that give out the right information, and then you have the group that just wants to do it because they want to make viewership or they want to gain monetization off of it. And so sadly, there's more people in that clique now these days. You don't even have to be a weather enthusiast or to know the weather. You can screenshot an SPCA outlook and throw it on the internet, or a model run over hours, a certain amount of hours out, and throw it on the internet, and people will buy it and believe it, and there goes your false information. So there's so much more of that out there than good in the world, I feel like, now these days, in the weather side of things. And so when I put a forecast video out, those viewers that watch other people's stuff or see it and they buy into that, they'll come and look at mine and they'll say, oh, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, this is what I saw from another person, or yada yada yada. That's what's been ongoing for, like, probably forever in general, since we've been forecasting weather, but really in reality, since TikTok's really been around, and really since, like, any type of social media platforming with weather has been around, it's been ongoing. I've definitely noticed an uptrend in it in the last 2 to 3 years since I've done this full time. It just sucks because they're leading people in a false narrative in a very wrong direction, and then they come to me and I have to sit here and explain it so many times to get them to understand that what the person that they were watching was doing wrong. So people would rather look at, like, a hurricane, for instance. They would rather believe a model run 300 hours out that shows a Category 5 hurricane coming into Florida than the ensembles that show it recurving out to sea, which is the correct standard. They would rather believe that one model run over all of the average model runs that are averaged together that actually show the scenario that's going to play out. It blows my mind. Like, how do you comprehend, like, how do you How do you think that way is like my question. I don't understand it. Hopefully hurricane season this year is quiet because we'll be in an El Nino pattern, but weird shit can happen. So, all right, we got 12 minutes left on this tornado warning here. In New Windsor Store, this is heading towards Frizzleburg and Pleasant Valley. And then Lisbon, Sykesville, and Eldersburg. That tornado warning down south here is heading to you guys. Both of these have about 11 to 12 minutes on it. Yeah, I could see also, Elijah, because the moderate risk has been out already and we're in the mode happening, they'll probably just trim it down and they'll keep the moderate risk out because the wind events are happening. It's kind of really hard for them to just yank it down because I know they don't care about the backlash they're going to get, but I fear that schools canceled, a lot of schools canceled in these areas today because of the severe weather threat and all of that. And so if you downgrade that from a moderate risk to an enhanced risk or even a slight risk, it does make a difference because those special WPO statements that come out for moderate risk zones and high risk zones allow businesses and certain things to like close early or to cancel. So that's a caveat, sadly. Sadly, it's a caveat. Not much you can do about it, though.
New information. This severe thunderstorm
We'll see what they do.
Has been updated.
Would it be nice for the risk zone to go down? Absolutely. Oh, excuse me. Well, I appreciate you, Jasmine. Good to see you, by the way. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you're watching on YT, hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, the risk doesn't display what happens in the clouds. You're absolutely right. I also don't. SPC doesn't just do their risk zones also off of cam guidance models. They look at all the synoptics and everything else, your analysis, and the analysis does not look like a moderate risk. So we'll see what they do.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
But I do like this. Lots of rain ongoing. That's a good thing. Macon, Georgia. Where are you guys at? Let me look it up here.
Attention, a new tornadic severe
Memphis, Tennessee is good. Just snow and just snow showers for you guys. Macon, Georgia, your severe weather threat's pretty much over with. This storm's already past you guys. Did I get snow? I got about a dusting this morning. Yep, no problem. Yeah, I like busted risk zones, I do. Or I like risk zones that underperform. It's not going to be a bust because the wind will verify more than likely. It'll just be underperformed a little bit. I did that one time and I typed in Italy, Katie, and it took me to Italy by accident. You guys in Asheville are going to get some snow tonight. Yeah, the new AAA chart has these storms just hanging off the coastline. I'm really not convinced with this setup. I'm really not. Also, it is freezing in this house. I am cold. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the last couple days of weather coverage. I do enjoy covering these events. I love covering severe weather. It's like my favorite. I love watching. I just like watching it play out. There's so much science behind it, but I also don't like that people clearly get impacted with these storms. So I'm just really shocked of how much people we had watching yesterday on stream. We had 2,500 people combined between both platforms yesterday watching concurrently. Absolutely insane. 156,000 views on the YT stream yesterday in a 7-hour live stream. That's insane. Today we got 36 right now. We have about 40 people average over there. So I don't know what we did yesterday. I didn't do anything special. I don't know how it got put on the For You page over there, but it did. I love watching the weather streams, but I hate when it comes to my area. No, I feel that. I feel that. I hope you guys enjoyed the Mesomat stream outside last night. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this calculus is kicking my butt right now in school. Kicking my butt. It sucks. Yeah, Shay, you and Rochelle were the only ones that had tornado warnings last night. Mr. Tampa, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate the heart meet. I appreciate you, Elijah. Good to see you, bud. Stay safe out there. I love my weather wieners. Weather wieners. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I really do. Alright, we got 5 minutes left on both of these tornado warnings. That's about it. The cats are all in the living room, surprisingly. The tornado warnings are about to expire in 2 minutes, but they're in northern Maryland. Yeah, Columbia, South Carolina, I think you guys are just about done. Alright, tornado warnings are now gone. We no longer have any tornado warnings. Yeah, Columbia, you guys are just getting rain at this point. Nothing too crazy, guys. Nothing too crazy. I think we're going to be fine today. I really do. I'm hoping this dies down and we may not have to do much of any super, super long weather coverage today because I am so freaking sleepy. I got no sleep last night. Like, absolutely nothing.
Attention, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Attention, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. Oh, what's up, Strawberry? Good to see you, by the way. I'm going to see what this SPCA outlook does, and we'll kind of go from there. Very unimpressive today. Period, Shay. Period. Period. Dude, Shay was bad yesterday too. I feel like it's more worse when we have a slower chat, but when we have a chat that's zooming, it's not too bad. Skies are darkening and temps are dropping in eastern North Carolina. Where are you at? Is my question. Okay. Yeah, you guys are you got a storm to the south of you here. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I just don't see much happening with this today. I don't see it. Rocky Mount, you guys are just getting you guys are oh there it is. There it is. You're just getting rain, standard old heavy rain. We'll stay on here to see what day 1 does, but if we don't get anything too crazy, we'll just see what happens. I think the wind threat will verify the tornado threat probably won't. Thank y'all for the gifts. TJ, good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Thank you for the hand heart. Okay. Yeah, I could see that, Elijah. I could see that. Most of the moderate risk is just about done with, except for Virginia. Roadfall! I'm ready for you to come home. Our grass is covered in snow, by the way. Like, it came snowing this morning. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. We're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen on the day 1 outlook, and we'll kind of go from there. I would love to take a nap. I am so sleepy. I'm exhausted from yesterday. I don't think there's any other weather creators on either today. Let me look. No, Max is on. I went to sleep at 2. Okay. Yeah, he did skip him. He did.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Yeah, we could get some late tornadoes in the Eastern Carolina. It's possible. But yeah, the main line is kind of broken up. It's in different spurts. There's a portion of it up in PA and Maryland, and then some in Virginia, and then the rest of it down south is just wishy-washy rain. Oh, no problem, guys. All right, we got 10 minutes until SPCA update. We'll see what they do. Finally snowing. Let me look at MRMS real quick.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Why is it doing that? Yeah, definitely. Wow, look at the snow in Tennessee coming to the Carolinas. Hold on. I might actually get a decent little burst of snow coming out of Southern Illinois. Oh, man. Well. Alright, we're going to give it 8 more minutes and see what happens here. Oh. All this looks super, super unimpressive. I'm so sleepy. What's your opinion on Maryland storms? Will this be yours as part 2 this evening? Yeah, if you get anything this evening, it would just be a tiny little squall line with just wind. What are they doing with the watches? Yeah, the watches are already dropping behind this, so our risk zone will probably get a lot smaller. I think they yanked the moderate risk. It should be gone. It's not going to be a bust, no, because the wind's right verified. Yeah, tornadoes last night instead of this morning. Yep. Yep. Seems about right. Yesterday, I think verified pretty well. We had that band of thunderstorms that set up over Western KY that really limited the biggest potential for that wind event across Kentucky last night. So that was one of the biggest saving graces. But other than that, I think the wind threat verified. So, what's up, Robert? Seeing snow in Alabama, you guys are. Yep. Shay, I bought the new WWE game. It was $155. You need to get a console so you can play that game with me. I haven't turned on my PlayStation and played like Call of Duty or anything like that in forever either. I need to. I'll buy it for you. The actual game released, I had gotten it on pre-order. It just came out at $60 for the general standard version. I got like all the fancy stuff with it. Get a console though. Get one.
Attention, a new tornadic severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, that one's headed towards Washington D.C. We got accumulating snowfall in Huntsville, Alabama right now. It's crazy. Yeah, we're probably going to wrap stream up here when SPC comes out. I just don't want to waste time sitting on here all day with just a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. Not that those aren't important because they are. But this looks to be a pretty big fluke today. I've got to get some other stuff done. I can get some school done today. I might have some gaming streams this week. I've got a lot of school I've got to get caught up on today. We'll see what they do here in a minute. This will be coming out here in just a minute. Yeah, Shay watches WWE with me every single Monday night and Friday night, and she watches all the PLAs with me. She's a very big nerd. Yeah, we have no warnings in North Carolina. Like, we have nothing. Like, we have an absolute nothing burger. I really think, other than an occasional couple of tornado warnings here and there this afternoon, it's going to be fine. Yep. If you're out in front of this line of storms, we'll see what SPC does here in like 2 minutes when it updates. But if you're going to be in risk zones for the rest of the day, just be mindful that there could be an occasional strong gust of wind or an isolated tornado. But overall, I think we got very, very lucky again today. It's not very lucky that you get, or very often did you get lucky with these type of risk zones not verifying. We are still in March though, so we don't have gigantic amounts of instability. Has the risk zone been lowered in Fayetteville? We're going to find that out here in a minute. But right now, I think you guys are okay. You think the storm season overall will be worse than last year? That's hard to tell. The rest of March looks very, very quiet. I don't think we're going to get any more severe weather over the next 15 days, personally speaking. We'll have to see what April brings. It's a transition neutral season, so meaning we'll be going into what will be more than likely a strong El Nino by the midsummer, which one will cut off most of hurricane season more than likely. But two, it's kind of iffy. You'll have to kind of watch the jet stream and see what happens. But right now, I don't see really any severe weather in sight. So. They kept the risk moderate. They're just keeping it. They're just keeping everything else out. It just shrunk down though. This will update here in just a second. Excuse me. I just want to know what they're thinking. Sounds good, Elijah. I appreciate you, bud.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Yeah, there's the new risk zone. Okay, they did drop the 15% tour. It's just 10% now. The wind threat still is at 60, though. I'm just reading here real quick.
New information, this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
I want to know. They're talking. Okay. Hold on a second. Interesting. There's a second round of convection this afternoon. That's what they're doing with it. Yeah, there's a second round of convection. Yeah, so it says on the bottom of the outlook. It says in the wake of leading activity, a second round of low top convection will likely reform east of the Blue Ridge into the Piedmont towards late afternoon, early evening. Prior overturning and persistent cloud cover should vegetate appreciable boundary layer destabilization. However, robust large-scale ascent and intensifying low over wind fields accompany the ejection of a 100 knot plus 500 millibar jetlet within the basal shortwave trough. This should yield a renewed threat for damaging winds accompanied by a fast-moving line. Let me look at a new run here. Let me pull the radar back up here real quick for you guys. All right. I think what we're going to do. I'm just thinking here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Get off now. I'll be in standby mode if we get any sporadic warnings or anything. Because right now, there's just not much happening. We've got 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. That's it. 5. I think what we're going to do is we'll get off for a little bit. If it gets hectically crazy or anything like that, I'll just leave stream. I'll just have stream set up ready to go in case we need to hop back in or intervene. But I think overall, though, if this holds, we should be mostly good. Yeah, so this line of thunderstorms that's ongoing here through the moderate risk is kind of what they're looking at, this main line of storms here. There is going to be a second line. I'll show you guys the model runs here. Where'd it go? I'll just kind of show you guys what they're looking at. So this is the... Clearly right now we get all this convection ongoing. This is what we're looking at is There's going to be like a little skinny squall line in here that develops later on this evening after like 4 or 5 p.m. and then just kind of races off to the east, unless that's what they're looking at. Just multiple more rounds of scattered damaging wind here, as well as an occasional strong isolated tornado can't be ruled out between now and like 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's really just not that impressive on radar right now or on model runs. There's a pretty decent quarter of instability over here in the Outer Banks, but that's if storms get going. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up stream for a little bit. I might take like a little power nap or something, or just kind of look at some stuff coming in. Just be weather aware. We do still have that moderate risk out. All the risk zones are still in play for this evening. You can clearly see back over here into the Carolinas. We've got another round of convection that can come in this afternoon. I'll be watching behind the scenes. If it gets crazy or hectic or anything like that, we'll break back in. But overall, right now, I like what we're seeing in terms of there just being some scattered severe thunderstorm warnings for 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. So we haven't had a tornado warning in about 30 minutes. So I think it's safe to say we should be mostly okay for now. And if things, like I said, change, we should we'll get back on. So alrighty, guys, I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned here to the channel. If you don't see me again tonight, then that means we're good to go. If you do see me, that means we've got warnings happening. So I appreciate all y'all on YouTube. I appreciate y'all on TikTok. And we will see you guys back in here again in just a little bit. Hopefully, maybe not.